We are just seeing if things are working today. How is everybody doing? If you are tuning in, I so appreciate it. We are just going through some technicalities and seeing if things are actually working. Apparently they're not. So with that being said, what is the best workaround? Motherfucker. You know, this is really annoying. I'm having a terrible time with the X platform and connectivity with OBS and all the things. And with that being said, we are going to say goodnight to X for the moment. And what we are going to do, we are just going to kick stuff off the way we always do. I appreciate you bearing with me. If you are catching this on the YouTuber or the Twitcher, do whatever nice people do and give a like, a thumbs up, and all that shit, because we are about to kick it off just like this. Woo! What is going on? You know, technical difficulties are my problem. They are not your problem. So I apologize for any interruptions in our usual programming. We're going to get right into it. The secret sauce for today is also another simple narrative. Keep a positive outlook. Your attitude will shape your reality. If you wake up and decide, I am going to smile today, people will smile back and good things will happen. If you decide you are going to shit the bed and post bare knuckle bullshit on the timeline, enjoy your life. You have the opportunity to flip the script. The choice is yours. On the docket today, can NFTs compete with meme coins? Interesting, right? Is the blue chip NFT market showing signs of life? We're going to get into that. And crypto.com announces a long-term partnership, one of their first of many, I am sure. And if Trump victory helps crypto, what will a Harris win do to crypto? These are fucking serious questions we need to think about. So we're going to get into all these things. And this just in, supposedly scammers stole every single social security number in the system, as well as the addresses. Does this mean that that system is doomed to fail? So far, I believe this is going to be the largest massive social security breach in history. If confirmed, this is absolutely catastrophic. The implications are absolutely far-reaching. Every American social security number will be out there. Immediate concern, widespread identity theft, economic instability due to it just gets crazy. Loss of public trust with the government. Long-term implications, rebuilding trust. How do they establish a currency of trust moving forward? Systematic overhaul, what will it be? Is it time for the introduction of blockchain? Hello. This is a call to action. Start paying attention, everybody, to monitoring your financial records, because there will probably soon be activity that is unwarranted and uncalled for and not created by you. Next up, do we freeze our credit reports starting immediately? This information is out there. This is a big deal, and the news is just unfolding. So I'm going to cover some more of this on my Substack tomorrow. And also, this is going to give scammers an absolute leg up in phishing attempts moving forward. They are going to have information that they have not had before. Their ability to utilize social data, registered data, mixed with this data that should not have been released is going to be catastrophic. Keep this on your docket for something that we need to watch. Chaos to clarity, noise to narrative. It is Tuesday. It is August 13th, and it is time for some rare bits. Today, the Crypto Green and Fear Index is a 30. We're down 1 from yesterday, coming in at fear. Bitcoin dominance, it is up. ETH dominance, it's up. Bitcoin dominance, I just want to throw numbers out there so we can start hearing them in our head. Today we're at 56.15%. Do we hit 60, or does that recline as meme coins gain precedence? The market will decide. I love this. Total crypto market cap is coming in at about $2.189 trillion. That is plus 3.43% on the 24 hours. Total of the searches of all the people that are looking for crypto outside of our community, they are currently looking for Saga, ticker sign SAGA. It is up 59% on the 7-day. Put the Saga token on your list of things to absolutely check out. And before we get into some more news, we're going to check the numbers for the nerds. And you know what that time means? It is beer horn time, and today we are sipping a Deep Ellum Brewing Company, a local Tejas brewery, and we are having the Deep Ellum IPA. It is their international, it's their interpretation of a Texas IPA. 9.1. 9.1, that is the first rating to hit the 9-point scale. It is delicious. It's got an aftertaste that makes me think of chicken dinner, right? It's got not a bitter after, it's got a savory aftertaste that is delicious. The hops, the mixture is good. It is an IPA for, it's super potent, 7%, ABV. It's 70 IBU. It is on tap year round. It is absolutely delicious, and I am oh my goodness. If you see what I see, so I see two things. One, I see a fucking blood red market, which is fine because we knew it was coming. What I also see is Toncoin. Toncoin. We had an opportunity at about $5.45, and I was saying, I love this. I love this. It rode in the $7 range for a good long minute, and we had the absolute scare. Toncoin went down. It is the only thing that looks like it does at the moment. And you know what? I am just, so because I like this, and I've been talking about it since it was in the $5 range, I think it has good long-term play. I wanted to just show you guys what they are doing. So it's the open network for gamers, for cryptos, ninjas. It's on the Telegram ecosystem. Okay. So what is interesting about this, when you go to Ton Blockchain and click, I need to get a crypto wallet, it takes you to Telegram. And when you click that button, open wallet, you now have a secure crypto wallet that anybody can use, and it is fucking brilliant, okay? It is the adaption rule. It's how adaption needs to happen. My mother can do this. This is absolutely amazing. Okay, so I also wanted to dive a bit deeper, right? So I pulled up some stats. So just so you guys know, the Telegram Open Network, Ton, it was launched in 2018. It had a bunch of multiple delays. It had a bunch of FUD that was going on, but they still were able to launch. So when I say launch, meaning the test network got up and running. The test network did not even go live till January 2019. Then in May of 2020, Telegram abandons the project and the association with the Toncoin because they got a letter from the SEC. Again, another Gary Gensler bullshit action. And long story short, they severed ties with Tons. They got through this bullshit with the SEC. They decided to reunite. In 2021, they rebranded as the Ton Foundation, and the Ton blockchain was officially launched, okay? If we think the Ton Foundation launches legit, right? Like, yes, it may have had infancies in 2018 and been around, but if we look at it as a legit blockchain launching in 2021, The coin is already number 8 in market cap. How high do you see Toncoin going? Okay, I see it easily going to $10 in the short term. Currently, we're trading at 7 something else. When we started talking about this in the podcast, in the Substack, it was trading at about $5.36. And I was like, this is a no-brainer. So again, I do not think you are late to this particular coin. This is one of these coins that I feel like you could put in your moon bag and just buy it, throw it in your ledger, and fucking forget about it. This is so new, and the surface that they are scratching is so immense. I don't know. I just love this. So this made me super excited to see some of the stuff that's coming out with Ton. So as we saw the market turn red, beer horn. My God, what is happening? I knew it was going to happen. I mean, I've been talking about it. Not until September 23rd, 2024 is it time to buy shit. Bitcoin is currently trading at $58,618. Ethereum all the way down to 2652. BNB 521. Salami's 143. Do we see it hitting 125? I think we do. XRP trading at 56 cents. Toncoin 693. Anything below $7 to me is a buy. Do we see it dropping down to $5 again? That would be scoopable moment. Like, put it on your radar. If you are watching this and are not comfortable buying now, if this gets into the $5 range, start dollar cost averaging. This is a long-term play, and the rebound will be immense, in my opinion. And I am not a financial advisor. I drink beer on a podcast because nobody else will let me on their show. Nobody will let me co-host. Nobody lets me do anything. So I just have to do this myself. So I just run it how I see it. So anything, keep in mind, I also grew up not wearing a seatbelt, no helmet. I played hockey with no helmet. I rode a motorcycle with no helmet. I am not the person you want to take any type of advice from. But know this, I fucking love this shit, right? And I do see it as the future. So it keeps me super jazzed. All right, so my list, right? This is my fucking favorite list, and everything is a shit show except Toncoin. Okay, on the hour, we have some tremendous downs. Mumu is down 4% on the hour, 14 on the day, only 11% on the week, so it's rebounded a bit. Mumu is a buy. Mogcoin is a buy. And this is something I am going to throw out there, and I might bop around in my spacing because we're looking at prices. And I think prices play an impact into people's decision-making process. So, two things. One of the coins that I used to have on my list was Phantom. And it always ranked at the absolute bottom of the blockchain gaming ecosystem. And they had a flurry of activity. And I know they hired a new marketing director, and I thought that was great. And I just didn't see movement happen. It's still something that I'm watching in my periphery, but there are some other coins that are really interesting. And Say is one of these coins. So the Say token, it is down on the hour. It's down 4% on the day, up 74% on the year. What does that mean? It's a brand new ecosystem. Yes, it is. So I did not know a ton about this ecosystem, and somebody reached out to me and said, hey, why don't you look into this ecosystem and see what is going on? So I began to do some research, and what I found in short is this, it is a new ecosystem. It is, in its head, it's boxing against Solana, saying, we're coming for you. Now, have they had the bouts? Have they had the title fights yet to be a contender with Solana? No. Does that mean it's not going to happen? Absolutely not. Always have to keep your mind open to changes and things that are coming down the pike. So I mentioned Phantom, right? This is an ecosystem that, again, I believe they have some interesting stuff. It's a gaming ecosystem built around super fast transactions with zero fees. Yay! But they're not doing anything. They hired 1 or 2 people, and that's not enough. Now, enter Say. These guys have just kicked off, and I did not know about this. This is the second initiative they've done, but this is the Say Creator Fund Round 2. Now, there's some interesting stories about this. So I want to touch on 2 things. One, these guys from Gitcoin Tech Lab, they're fucking amazing. Okay, so a lot of projects utilize this portal to offer funding to all kinds of different people, from programmers to creators to gaming enthusiasts, whatever it is. It is a great website to check out. Go to explorer.gitcoin.co and you can see some of the different rounds that are available. So we're going to get into this real quick. So the Say Creator Fund Round 2 is something that somebody said, hey, you should think about doing this. We like your content and we would love it if you included some content about Say. So I started to do a deep dive before I did anything else, just to understand what's going on with the ecosystem. And I was impressed. So I responded and said, yeah, listen, I'm interested. So long story short, I submitted a proposal, and unknowingly I picked a name that had already been selected in this portfolio of applicants. And when I say portfolio of applicants, I mean, we're talking, there's a lot of them, right? So I had no idea that I had made a misstep. And I literally spent about, 15 hours of my time with tech to get my old project removed, to get my new one instituted. I spent a bunch of time. I received kind of this backlash from the community because I had used the name and I had no idea. And in my opinion, the tech should have caught that the name was already used, and it didn't. And I became the whipping post for a lot of this stuff. And while that might be off-putting to a lot of people, right? Like the backlash was serious. It was interesting. I kind of said, bring it. And why did I say that? Because it lets me know that this community that has been there from the beginning, they are diehards. They are an army. They have belief systems in place, and they want to shine a light on the work that they've been doing. And in no way do I want to detract from that. I just want to say this, is that if you guys, and please go, I want you to go look up my project and just see what I'm doing. And if you're interested in donating or helping out, this is an opportunity to do it. But I also want to shed light on all of these projects because they're amazing. So in this round, there are so many projects. So on this, if you go to the Say Creator Fund Round 2 and you scroll down just a little bit, we get down, you will see Rare Bits come up. Nope, that is not Rare Bits. But we are in here somewhere. Let me see it. So I'm trying to say 2 things. One, I want to show you what I have been working on. If I can't find it right now. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. So this is my proposal. You can go check this out. There has been $1 donated toward my efforts, so I appreciate you. But what's more important is the number of projects that are here is immense. And we have a bunch of different people on the X platform that are new to the Say ecosystem. And while I understand the old Say ecosystem may look at that like, hey, we were here first, who the fuck are you? I get it. But the Say Foundation has decided to reach out to noisemakers. And when noisemakers get on board, more ears are involved. What does that mean? It means the people that were here first, God love you. You are going to have an instant audience because everybody wants to build together. And oftentimes when people come to a new space, they say, who are the OGs? Who was here first? That's where they're going to go. So you are going to pick up audience from all of the work that other people have done. Second, to have new voices, new eyes, new perspectives on this ecosystem is never a bad thing. If this is a vibrant community, which I've experienced already, and the technical back end is there to back it up, and it can actually be a contender for the Solana ecosystem, I'm on board for it. And in my work, in my stuff, I am going to begin diving into the Say ecosystem. What makes it tick? Why is it different? Why is it better? Is it a contender? And I implore all of you to look at some of the other people that have applied here, that have asked for donations to help move their projects forward. All of these are based on education and spreading the word of this new ecosystem. And there are people from the Solana ecosystem, the Bitcoin ecosystem, the Ethereum ecosystem. They are all coming over here to participate in this. Now, I brought up Phantom, and I'm talking about Say. When I brought up Phantom, they brought on 1 or 2 people to try and make a dent. The Say Foundation is trying to bring on an army to accommodate the army they already have. That is going to be a force to reckon with. So I'm saying this for a number of reasons. If you are an investor in this space and want to do some DYOR, begin doing it on the Say Foundation. They are reaching out to people to help spread the word. What does that mean to me? It means they have been quietly building in the kitchen, and it's dinner time. They need people to ring the bell and say, look at the meal that we have prepared. They would not be coming out with this forceful action if the ammunition was not in the guns. And I believe it is. We're going to uncover it. It's super magical. I've been impressed with what they've done so far. So I'm here for it. I implore you guys to go check this out, see what's scratch under the surface. And it's also interesting. So you can pick a bunch of projects, throw them in your shopping cart, and then make a donation to all projects just to say, hey, we like your initiative. We like your content. We like your direction. We want to support it. So we're going to get into how quadratic funding supports and invigorates all this stuff. We're going to do that tomorrow over the next couple of days. But this is something I tried to get in a week and a half ago, and I made a mistake and spent 5 or 6 days dealing with technical issues. Because of these issues, they were able to hold the closing open 1 more hour for me because I was dealing with the tech guys from Gitcoin, which are fabulous. And long story short, I'm in the mix. I'm up and running. I am passionate about this space, and I believe this could be something that you also should learn about. So it will fall under the DYOR ecosystem, and we're just going to keep moving forward. So we talked about ton. We are going to do a quick look at liquidations over the last 24 hours. We are down. Yesterday we were at 1.6. We're at 1.4. Total DEX volume is coming in at about $5.021 billion. And as you can see, this is really nice, and we don't normally see this. We have this uptick from July into August. Now, a lot of these dead times that we normally have over the summer, these could be spiked due to political activity and meme coin trading off of these political memes. So, and we're going to touch on when we get to Polymarket in a second, but new debated, like any new debate, any new shit show that comes down the pike, there could be meme coins that rolling off. This is a 24/7 space. If you go to sleep, you shouldn't. You should double down on your Adderall and Ritalin prescription now, because super cycle is about to begin. Next up, I'm kidding, right? Like, everybody knows I'm kidding. That's ridiculous. Okay, top meme coin tokens by market cap. Price, we have PopCat up 5%, Pepe, everything else is flat, but MOG, I am going on full MOG ARC mode. Trust me, on the timeline, if you are an ex-aficionado, I am coming for you, and I will MOG your ass. So if we look at the big changes in the last hour, is anything fun? We have Yawn up 31% in the hour. Shark Cat up 10%. MAGA again 6%. Hoppy, that was my grandmother's name, up 4.3%. So here's a question. We see something like the Yawn token. It is up 31% on the hour. Is this something that degenerates go and decide I'm going to place a bet on this and get in and out in 15 minutes to see if I can make 15%? If you do that, let me know in the comments. I will not read them. Now, we are looking at Polymarket because it, in my opinion, it is the betting man's news source. And this is also interesting. I have this up. When I put the show together, I pulled up this page. I'm going to refresh it. And this is for the breaking Polymarket news. And every time I have refreshed this, we have new topics that pop up. And it might not happen because I refreshed it about 15 minutes ago. So, yep, okay, fresh topics. Okay, will the U.S. confirm the Social Security hack in August? Okay, so there has only been, listen, I am bringing you fucking breaking news. There's only been $369 bet on this particular bet at the moment. But again, I will repeat this. Will the U.S. confirm the Social Security number hack in August? Billions of people got hacked. How can you not confirm that? Next up, what will Trump say during Thursday press conference? Will he say MAGA or tampon? There is currently a 77% that he will say MAGA tampon. I made that up. Next up, Trump fires campaign manager in August. Is Trump deciding, yo, it's not my fault, it's my campaign manager's fault, and you're fired? You're fired. That's it. That's how it goes. Iran military response. Who's going to speak at the DNC? A bunch of good shit, bad shit. That's how it is. Okay. So we are going to check one more thing. And I love this shit. So this morning, Bitcoin was priced at $61,390. Trump was coming in at 45% with Kamala at 53% for who will sit in the White House throne. Now, again, I updated this about 15, 20 minutes ago before the show started. I'm going to refresh it again. And it stays flat. Okay, so we have Kamala up 1 more percent, Trump down 1%. Trump coming in at 45%, Kamala coming in at 54%. Does this continue to play into our Bitcoin pricing strategy? If we look at Bitcoin currently, we are down. We're coming in at $58,968. Do you think this is a reflection of us not knowing? No. I mean, yes, there's a fucking bigger picture, right? Like if you have ovaries, this political landscape is much more diverse than it is if you're a crypto bro. But we have to look at how these things play in and interact in each other. So I will continue watching this like a political Bitcoin nerd. Now, this morning, some of the biggest gainers and losers that are not strictly meme coins. We had Notcoin, GMX, Toncoin, Aether, and Thorchain all up at least 13% or more. We had the biggest losers, Terra Classic, Zeta Chain, Sui, Convex Finance, and SafePal. So Sui is another play that I like. It is on my short list now with Say. Sui is down 4.7% on the day. Everything's down. It had a really nice run up the past, 6 days. So one of the analytics I put out in my Substack every morning is this crypto search by normies. And it is a search for people in essence that are not affiliated with the Twitter or X crypto platform. Meaning it's not inclusive of what is trending for us. It's what's trending outside of us. And this SUI, ticker sign SUI, has been on that radar for about 5 days straight, running up from 12% all the way to 76% on the 7-day. It's retraced a bit, but it is a really good indicator. SUI is a great coin. Put it on your list for some DYOR stuff. Now, on this day in history, the Street Fighter Turbo was released, and I do not have the date with me because I decided to put in some interesting stuff about the Social Security hack, which I thought was more important. It is in my Substack. If you are interested in the beginning of video games and how we got to where we are, these are the games that I started with that make me smile, and they probably mean absolutely nothing to you. Next up, we have Yatsui, the chairman of Animoca Brands. Again, I cannot stop talking enough about the Mocha ID as a long-term play for getting and registering yourself as a participant in this ecosystem. It will pay dividends future forward, in my opinion. Yatsu basically stated that while NFTs are competing with meme coins at this moment, he, and like many other people, believe that NFTs do have a place in the ecosystem while the interest has fallen off right now. And I want to pose this out there. One of the things that I think precipitated the drop-off in interest was when the X platform removed ownership acknowledgement on NFTs on the platform. An example is, there are hackers now that will use Azuki, Bored Ape, whatever the PFP, and there is no way to check the authenticity of that person's statements. And they will refrain to, I have a check mark, I am certified, I'm not a hacker. And in truth, that is the farthest from the truth. So when the X platform removed the ownership idea from it, along with it, it was a dent in the NFT ecosystem, because I think it is important. And NFTs versus physical pictures is a lot different, and it gives people freedom. Whether you're short, tall, thin, large, young, old, to find a PFP to represent yourself digitally is liberating. It really is. So, Elon, you took that away from the ecosystem. I think that was a mistake, and I think that was part of the precipitation to NFTs' loss of interest. There was no proof of ownership anymore. While we can prove it on the blockchain, we can't prove it in person. And Elon, I think you took that away from us. So do we see NFTs come back? Do we see them make a kick around? I think that Animoca, they are considering a giant IPO in 2026. So there are some things that are coming down the pike that I think you should keep on your mind. And I mentioned at the top of the show that the blue chip NFTs, have they bottomed out? Do we see people saying, hey, it can't go lower, I'm in. And oftentimes when we see the crypto prices go down and loss of interest in the NFTs, it represents buying opportunities for long-term believers. So if you are of that ilk and believe in this long-term, there are opportunities. And it appears that some of these smart wallets are scooping down and picking up some of these blue chip NFTs. Macy is back up like 13%. So that is nice to see. That is kind of one of these bellwethers for the space. So to see them start to turn around, Bored Ape up, Yacht Club up a bit, CryptoPunks up a bit. All of these guys seeing gains is nice. If we can get a crypto pump on top of this, I think we will have some gameplay in action. Now, this bozo, okay, his name is David Smiley. He is the founder of a Canadian crypto exchange called ezBtc. He decided to fuck off with about $9.5 million and go to the casino. They're coming down on this guy, and he's just got a smirk on his face. And you know what? If you're going to take a picture as a crypto founder, either smile or just have a no reaction, because if shit goes sour, they are going to use that smirky frown against you, just like I'm doing against you, Mr. David Smiley, okay? Yeah. The BCSC, aka the British Columbia Securities Commission, is coming for that ass, so it is going to happen. All right, what is next on the agenda for the nerds? Next up, We have crypto.com. These guys are just announcing some long-term partnerships with football people, AKA if you're normal soccer. I said football because you can see there is a foot on the ball. So that is what crypto.com thinks they are going to do by partnering with the UEFA Championship League. All of this will be announced, I think, today on the 14th. So I did not beat anybody to the punch. I heard it when you heard it. Unless you live under a rock and the only crypto updates you get are from me, then this is motherfucking breaking news, and I am thrilled to bring it to you. Okay, so why is this a big deal? Because in the hot sauce for the serving of this dish is 100 million new users. 100 million new users. So we are, man, it's coming. It's coming. We've been saying it for a couple years. And you know what? This is pissing me off now that I'm thinking about it. We just had the motherfucking Olympics come and go. Where was the fucking NFTs? Where was the digital collectibles? Where's my digital scarf pin? Where's my Simone Biles NFT, motherfucker? God damn it. I don't know what's happening. All right, I'm gonna try and pull it together. We got to keep this show going. All right, I am losing listeners. As I speak, I lose listeners. So that's how we do it sometimes. So Bitcoin, we saw it go up. We saw it go down. We are having a wacky attack. People are smoking too much marijuana. It's just problematic. We have major tokens, ETH, Solana, ADA. Everything's under fire. Is shit going up? Is shit going down? Nobody knows. Then we got these bozos at Goldman Sachs. This is shit that should ring the bell or honk the horn. This is it. Goldman Sachs, right? These guys, we are poo-pooing Bitcoin. You're a bunch of idiots. They hold 418 million Bitcoin in spot ETFs. That's why these idiots are where they are, because they will shit down your throat and tell you it's no good. And when you believe it, they'll buy it on the back end, and that's what they're doing. Do not forget to buy your Bitcoin and your MOG and your Mumu. Okay, next up, we have the world's top 10 Bitcoins holders, and this is absolutely out of date, as you can see. It is interesting that Satoshi Nakamoto, 1.1 million Bitcoins, just floating out there like a puff of smoke that nobody can really get at, like a leprechaun sitting at the end of a rainbow that you can't really find, like a mirage when you really need a bath and you just can't get to the water. It changes so quick. But why do I show this picture? Because we have a bunch of changes, and we have big Mt. Gox shit on the move again, and that is not good. So spot Bitcoin ETFs have seen over $19.3 billion in net inflows this year. Not on this list is BlackRock. In a very short amount of time, they are now the third largest Bitcoin holder. What? Like, how quick did that happen? Soon, Goldman, like, you guys need to understand what these financial giants are doing. They'll shit down your throat and buy it when you believe it. And they are scooping up all of it. It should alarm you. Do not let this go unnoticed. Start stacking stats. That's what you need to do. Okay, so we have BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust, IBIT. I mean, like, I just, the gains are astronomical. The HODL mentality for all of these Bitcoin ETFs will blow you away. In my view, most of this ETF Bitcoin is for people that are going to sit on it. That would be my advice. If you are allocating part of your portfolio into a Bitcoin ETF, it is a 10-year hold. and magic will come. Imagine the precedent that sets if all of these financial firms tell all of these people, we're going to hodl Bitcoin, take it off the exchanges for the next 10 years. The scarcity, the price go up. Holy shit. Are you paying attention? Are you paying attention? Next up, we have analysis that are suggesting that if we get Trump in the White House, shit is going to be good for the crypto sphere. I mentioned this at the top. What happens if this doesn't happen? And I want you all to keep this in mind. If you are new to the elections, if you are younger, if it is your first time voting, if you do not understand, if it's your second or third time voting, and if you do not understand, should I be loyal to my party or should I vote with current ideology of what's at play? The answer is your political party is not your home team. It should be reinvestigated every election cycle. Decide what issues are important to you. Pick 5 of them that are deal breakers or game changers, and look at each candidate on those 5 issues and see who wins. It's that simple. Now, if we look at prognosis moving forward and we have Kamala and Elizabeth Warren and people like that in the White House, what happens to the industry? 1, I think prices go down in the short term. 2, I think innovation, progress, it moves outside of the United States. I know there are many companies that are trying to build in the space right now, and they're waiting to see which side of the fence the ball is going to land on. Do we decide to build in the United States and help prop up this country as the next mega force in this space, or do we leave here because they are preventing innovation? The verdict is out. The decision will be made by the voters. Understand what is important to you and make your decision that way. I implore you to get involved. Many people think voting doesn't matter. It does. It does. Just be active. Figure out what message resonates with you and stand behind it with conviction. Find somebody inside yourself. That's it. Next up, we have optimism. These guys are absolutely kicking up shit. What does that mean? It means super chain, 29 OP stack chains, all on top. It's fucking fantastical what's coming down the pike. And what I love more about all of these innovations, and you have to keep this in mind for whatever chain you're a fan of, when blockchains and innovations happen on one chain, every single other developer and consumer learns from the pitfalls, the wins, the losses of that ecosystem. And they bring that ideology to the other ecosystems as they begin to adventure. Devs, as you adventure into different languages, leaving from Solidity, moving into other things, you will bring that ideology with you as the programming mechanisms become easier and easier for developers to move omni-chain, right, across the board. The ideas that make sense will find a way to fit into all these ecosystems. So that makes me super hopeful about where we are going in the future. Next up, we have Bitpanda. These guys are a major European crypto exchange. They recently issued so their clients are getting a lot of this, but they are seeing a trickle-down effect. And what they are saying is that there are new crypto scams coming out that will come to your phone via text messages. Be careful what links you click. Even if it says it's a bill, would you like to pay it now? My advice is do not use links that come to your SMS phone. And the last thing that caught my attention tonight was Mt. Gox. We got to keep this in mind because we are going to have continued Bitcoin movement, whether it gets hodled or put onto markets for sale. It will continue to raise or lower the price quite dramatically because these drops are coming in huge swaths. I think recently we had 33,141 Bitcoin transferred. That's about $2 billion all in one fell swoop. So market impacts, it's like a rock hitting a pond. We're going to see the ripple effects. It doesn't mean the market goes sour, but rocky times and ups and downs are coming. You just saw the big rock land in the pond. You're in the same lake. The ripples are coming your way. It's super simple if you think about it that way. If you guys think about this, so this is interesting. And this is one of the reasons I've been bringing up Dogecoin continually. This is a stat that I saw this morning that made a lot of sense. So when we think about the overall crypto market, Dogecoin is held by more individuals than any other coin across the board, almost by 5 times. So Doge currently is held by 7 million individual wallets. The next up would be Shiba Inu at 1.4 million. Meme coin, amazing, fucking amazing. Bonk, Brett, Pepe, Mew, Whiff. These are the new contenders, right? Shiba Inu and Doge are the old school, the new school, right? It is going to be mixed in with, I'll show you, it's going to be mixed in with this right here, the new top market caps, the Shiba Inu, the Doge, the Bonk, the Mog, the Pepe, the Whiff, right? The Floki. Those are the new contenders that are going to be added to this list. What is important about this list is when you think that there are 7 million people that hold Dogecoin, when we look at the possibility of the market going up and the exposure that Dogecoin has from an individual level, meaning those 7 million people that hold this coin at the moment that's valued at 10 cents, when it gets to 50 cents, that's 7 million people telling their friends and family, this is super easy to get. I just did a 4X. It was down for a bit, but we're back. Do not discount Dogecoin as a mechanism to be activated when the bull run actually kicks off, because I believe it will be a contender no matter what. And with that being said, if you guys are still craving crypto clarity, please subscribe to my Substack today. Warning, rare bits may cause hodling. Boom!